The Lion of Lumumba. The shadow over Lumumba. Lumumba was once a proud and prosperous city. Its people farmed rich lands, traded gold, and lived in peace. But everything changed when the white strangers arrived. At first, they came as traders, offering gifts and promises. Soon, they built forts, took control of the mines, and forced the people to work like slaves. Those who resisted were beaten or killed. Fear spread through the city like a dark cloud. The people whispered in secret, remembering the days of freedom. But no one dared to fight back until a young boy named Jabari witnessed his father being whipped for refusing to work. That day, a fire ignited in Jabari's heart. He swore that one day, he would break the chains of his people. Jabari grew up in silence, but his mind was sharp. He watched how the invaders moved, how they ruled with cruelty, and how they underestimated the people of Lumumba. At night, he listened to the elders tell stories of great warriors who had once defended their land. He trained his body, learning to fight with spears and move like a shadow. One evening, an old warrior named Mosi saw the fire in Jabari's eyes. He took him under his wing, teaching him the ways of battle and strategy. A true warrior does not fight with anger alone, Mosi said. He fights with wisdom. Jabari knew the time would come when his people would rise. He just had to wait and prepare. Years passed, and Jabari was no longer a boy, he was a man with a following. In hidden caves and moonlit forests, he gathered the bravest men and women. They called themselves the Lions of Lumumba. Their plan was simple: weaken the invaders without being seen. They poisoned the food of the soldiers, stole their weapons, and freed prisoners from the mines. The white rulers grew nervous, they didn't know who was behind the attacks. One night, Jabari stood before his warriors and said, "Soon, the city will hear our roar." The day of reckoning came during the harvest festival. The invaders were celebrating, drunk on stolen wine, unaware that the lions were moving in the darkness. At Jabari's signal, fires erupted across the city. The people, tired of suffering, rose up with knives, spears, and stolen guns. The white soldiers, caught by surprise, panicked. Some fought, but many fled into the night, never to return. By sunrise, the flag of Lumumba flew high again. The city was free. But Jabari knew the battle wasn't over. "They will come back," he warned. "And we must be ready." Jabari was right. Months later, enemy ships appeared on the horizon, carrying more soldiers and weapons. But this time, Lumumba was prepared. The people had trained, built defenses, and united under Jabari's leadership. When the invaders attacked, they were met with fierce resistance. The battle was long and bloody, but in the end, the enemy retreated. They had underestimated the strength of a people who fought for their freedom. Years later, Jabari, now an old man, stood on a hill overlooking Lumumba. The city thrived once more, children laughed, traders bartered in peace, and the scars of war had healed. "Freedom is not given," he told the new generation. "It is taken and protected." With those words, the legend of the Lion of Lumumba was sealed forever.